to another session. Of course, this was a kind of a last-minute change where we pulled you in. Today, we will be listening to you people about your plannings. But before we go into that, we would be looking into a very important, what should I say, very important, rather very good integrated municipal information system. We'll listen about it. And to do that, we have Mr. Bhushan Raj Shrestha with us, who is co-founder of Innovative Solutions Private Limited and leading the integrated municipal information system development and implementation activities since 2016. To talk about Dr. Shrestha's qualifications, he has a master's degree in statistics with a master's in computer science and PhD in informatics with the specialization of integrated environmental information system for municipal management. With more than 20 years of experience of working in urban data and urban information system, data system management, he has served as an advisor to the mayor and the member of City Planning Commission of Kathmandu Metropolitan City since 1998 till 2002. Some of the flagship projects that was led by Dr. Shrestha and contributed in strengthening the urban governance are development of methodology for mapping the poor, which was also implemented for water and sanitation planning, designed and developed GIS-based municipal information system to strengthen municipalities' urban service delivery and revenue enhancement, electronic building permit system to promote safe building construction implemented in more than 25 municipalities, establishment of a GIS-based database for urban management of more than 25 cities, development of GIS-based industrial information system for Department of Environment to monitor the industries polluting air and water. Today, we will be listening to him about the Integrated Municipal Information System or IMIS system that has been implemented in 5 local governments in Bangladesh, in Nepal. More than 15 towns in India, Bangladesh, and Nepal has implemented IMIS data framework for the development of CWIS plan. Thank you so much, Dr. Shrestha, for agreeing on such a short notice to deliver this talk. Thank you so much, and over to you, Dr. Shrestha. I'm seeing you.
Thank you, Rajashree. And good evening, everybody. So I'll share my screen, okay? Just a minute. Okay. Can you see it?
Yeah, we can see it, sir.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to present a role of IMIS in citywide inclusive sanitation. Okay, let's start with the data, like what kind of data and information we require for overall implementation of CWIS from planning, management, and monitoring and evaluation. So when we look at it, the data or the data points or the indicators that we require based on the CWIS data structure that we are following. I think everyone knows about the CWIS data requirement. And when we look at it, you can see that there are about 117 data points we require for overall citywide planning and management and monitoring and evaluation. When we look at the data for the planning and management, there are 117 data points we have identified, and about 63 data indicators are there for monitoring and evaluation. So it's a huge data set we required for implementation of CWIS. And it's very, very important that data need to be accurate, and also data need to be complete. We need the complete data set for the, if we are going to plan efficient plan for the city, then we need the complete information about data about the city, and data also need to be reliable and relevant and timely. So we need to have updated data for quality plan and quality management, whatever. So the based on the system, or based on the system that we are following, the conventional data management system, that doesn't work actually if we are going to implement CWIS efficiently. So we come up with a new approach to bring the systematic change in the to address the data and information limitations. So that is the IMIS. We call it Integrated Municipal Information System. And actually, IMIS is an information system developed to catalyze CWIS approach and to achieve the SDG 6.2 outcomes. And it is a convergence of web technology, mobile, and GIS technologies. And it is developed on the open source software platform. We have implemented all the latest technology, web technology and mobile technology, and together with the GIS technology for in designing and developing this system. There are different kind of modules, application modules within the system to create the data set or to manage the data set. You can see, like we have information system module from the building information management system to complete information system about this FSM monitoring and evaluation system. And you can see here, you can have building information management system and property tax collection support system and urban management decision support system. There are many decision-making tools, decision support system tools have there in this within the system. And utility information management and solid waste management, water supply information support system, pickles laws information management system, septic tank inspection system. So most of all the information what we require for planning, for the planning and management and monitoring and evaluation of this CWIS is there. So actually we start from the building, submitting the building permit. When there is a new building construction, that information need to be there in the within the system. So all the buildings, what is going to be constructed, or that will be there in the system. And similarly, we also have a system for managing roads and drainage and sewage network. So all the required information of data will be maintained in the system, IMIS system. Let's look at the landscape, what is there in the IMIS. So one of the major components that we have in IMIS is GIS-based municipal and CWIS database of the town. So the system will have all the data or all the information about the buildings and road, and not only those, like buildings, roads, sewage, administrative boundary, and even the containments, contours, land use, roads. So this kind of information are there, and all these are spatial information, and also the many attribute information related to this spatial data will also be there in the IMIS. And then we have many tools for sanitation planning and decision making for both sewage and non-sewage. So there are many tools inside IMIS, and we are keep on developing and coming up with the new tools in the system. So the system is going getting much powerful than the before, and more tools are coming up. And another one is the data and information management system for sanitation service delivery and management. So all the information what is we require for the sanitation service delivery and management. This is the FS, like you can see here in the dashboard, FSM service dashboard, and many application status by WARs and many other information chart and graphs and maps can be produced through this system. And we also have the monitoring system. It's a real-time monitoring and evaluation of citywide inclusive sanitation. So, for example, there is 2 tax payment status, water payment status, and many other information we can see in the through the dashboard. Sorry, I jumped one. This is actually for the dashboard. You can see the FSM service deliver dashboard, so you can see how many containments are there and how many are emptied and how many applications are there. You can see everything in the this dashboard. And this one is the interoperable system to integrate with external data source. So the system is also very powerful. Like it can integrate with other information which is not in the I mean in the sanitation component. That may be different other components like payment. That is I mean the revenue or some other water payment status and even the health information can be integrated with the system for different kind of analysis. Okay, so IMS actually it facilitates in overall planning, management, and monitoring and evaluation of overall sanitation system. So we follow I mean we follow CWIS principle for overall accept, like when we do the planning, then we follow the principle of CWIS, and when we both do the management, we follow those CWIS principles. So whatever we are going to do within the system, we follow all this CWIS principle. Since there are many features we have to go with for management and planning and monitoring and evaluation, we need a lot of information. Like these are the basic information that we have in the system. We generally have, like there are 4 categories of information. Like urban data, we have a lot of data about urban, like administrative boundary, building footprint. All these are the geospatial data, and this data is very important for planning purpose, especially for planning purpose. And another is a sanitation. So sanitation data, whatever we have, like sewage network, containment, public service, that is public toilet and community toilet, and also the transport infrastructure and services data, and treatment plant data, and landfill site. So all these sanitation data will also be maintained within the system. And then the revenue, because this is very important for the overall I mean municipal aspect. So we also have this component. The system can integrate with the revenue, and it can the revenue department can use this system to monitor the revenue status, the collections and fee collection status. Those things can be done through this system. And another one is the business operation data. So this business operation data is the data about the service provider, and data about the fecal slots, data collection and reuse, public service providing, and customer data, and including revenue and customer feedback data, public service feedback data. All these are data when we provide some sanitation service to someone, then those data will be maintained in the system. So this is very important data set for overall monitoring and management. And these tables, what it shows is like which type of which information help in what CWIS outcome, like safety and sustainability, equity, where this data helps. These tables gives that information, and also where it can be used, like for planning, for management, and for monitoring and evaluation, where this can be used. And this A, B, C, D is like in in planning we have A, B, C, D, E, F. Yeah, so these are the things. These are the issues that address for planning, and this table shows which information is required for what purpose. So now let me go in the planning part. Okay, so system can give you this kind of information, like this can be used for data-driven planning and decision making. So based on the data in the system, you can we can ask a question like this: what is the current sanitation system and settlement pattern in the area? So these are a few examples, and you can ask this question through the system, and you can get the information like this many buildings are there, and this many buildings have this kind of system. And you can do this for small, small, you can see here the polygon. You can even do this for the small polygon. So generally what we do is, in conventional system, we do for the in the ward level, or we can do for the municipality level. But with this system, you can even do it for the in small part of the town. So it's a very, you can localize the issue. And you can get the local information even in the small portion of the city. And another question like, what is the status of containments in X meter from river center for planning for river protection? This kind of information you can generate. And where are the local low income settlements and their socioeconomic status and revenue collection status? So this kind of information you can generate directly through the system, just clicking some few buttons, and these tools are already there. So this is only few examples. There are many other tools you can use, and you can generate information for decision making purpose, planning and decision making. And some of the questions are like, what is the settlement topology of the town or area? And there are some few examples, like we have we use this IMS data framework for planning in the Nagada in Madhya Pradesh, and also in Nepal, Mahalakshmi, and some in other town also. And this kind of information, this kind of question you ask to in the system, and you can generate information for different purposes. And some of the use case, what we have done for the pan city CWIS planning with the data framework that we have in IMS. So there are two possibilities of planning. One is just making decision or making small planning in small area of the city, that is possible, and that can be done through the system with a built-in application within the system. But some of the application, like if you are doing for planning for the overall city, then the system can generate the information. System can generate the data and maps, but we need to use the GIS tools because it's completely based on the spatial information. We need to do that, but it provides you the data set what you require for planning purposes. So one example that I'm going to show you, that we did this plan, CWIS plan, for this Birnagar municipality in Nepal, using the data framework that we have. Okay, so this is some examples, like what kind of data you can generate through the system, like how many households are there, how many number of poor households are there, number of buildings. So this kind of information you can generate through the system, because all these kind of information are maintained there. And the very powerful thing is, since we keep on updating the data, when there is some changes, when there is some building footprints coming, the system updated that new building footprints in the system. And when there is a new road construction, and when there is a new sewage construction, all those information will be maintained in the system. That's why we can always we can have real-time data and real-time information when there is any changes in the city. Okay, I have a few questions here. Please, okay. Can data be directly entered on the site? And if yes, then does it require internet availability? Yeah, this is I think I will answer all these questions after finishing this presentation. Okay, so this is one example that we did for this Birnagar municipality with this data set that we have in the IMIS. And this Birnagar municipality, there is no IMIS not exist there yet, but the data structure that we have established for the system for the planning purposes, that is in the format of IMIS data framework, so that we can what I mean is we can still use the data that we have for the planning purposes, even we don't have IMIS there. But when there is going to be IMIS in future, then we can incorporate all these data set in the IMIS. Even these plans can also be integrated in within the IMIS. So you can monitor later on after implementation the plan. You can monitor what is going on with the plan that we have and what is the progress. Those things can be done. Like this in this plan, what we have done is in Virendra municipality, we based on many other information, we have we zone it in three type of zone: a civil network zone, and FSM area, and FS plus grey water management zone. So this zoning were done based on the information that we have, and then like we can with the data that we have, we can like say like how many buildings are going to be under sewage solutions, and how many urban poor will be addressed, and how many buildings will be in non-sewage solutions with the FSM service, and or with the FSM plus FS plus grey water bill services. So this kind of information can be generated based on the data framework that we have in IMIS, and this this information actually this data need to be there after that slide. So you can generate this kind of information so that this data for projecting investment, this data is very powerful data for projecting investment. So you can even like you can even project the investment, how much will it cost for the what kind of scenario, those things you can do. And since we have very good information and we have very good data set, the quality, the precision of the I mean the investment cost is very high. Okay, so another example that I'm going to show you in the Mahalakshmi municipality. This in Mahalakshmi municipality, we just recently established this IMIS. It's just established now, and in Mahalakshmi, when we did the planning, I mean we collected all those data and we created a data set in the format of IMIS data framework. So the system they already have all those data that required for the IMIS, and based on those data, what we did is based on those data we analyze, and we can come up with this information like sanitation system, what kind of sanitation system is there, and like ecosan, biogas, how many pits are there, and shared public toilet. All these things, all this information can be, I mean, generated from the IMIS now in Mahalakshmi. And in Mahalakshmi, we also have population and household data when we started, when we did survey for creating those data set. So we can even have like how many commercial buildings are there, and how many industries are there, and how many households in that commercial or in that residential type of buildings, and what is the population of that residential buildings. All this kind of information is there. So based on that, we also try to create the scenario. What is the I mean, in that Mahalakshmi municipality, how many type of what kind of scenario will there be, possible scenario, that when we look at it, we come up with the 3 scenarios, like on-site sanitation and sewage sanitation or hybrid sanitation. And because of those data set, very strong data set that we have very good, I mean, we even have designed the system. What kind of system will be there? Like this is for non-sewage sanitation scenario, and in non-sewage sanitation scenario, we need to have FSTP here. And in case if we go for sewage sanitation, there is two wastewater treatment plant, and also we have detailed design for this. Then for sewage scenario, and for hybrid scenario, we have like this part, the the green part, this is for CWIS and this is for non-CWIS. So this kind of analysis we can do, and we can even come up with what is the lifetime revenue will be there, and what is the lifetime cost for CWIS and for non-CWIS. If we go for hybrid, what will be the cost? All these kind of plan or investment plan we can come up with based on this data framework. When we look at this malasmi, for example, like this SS is nearly 2 times expensive than the hybrid of SS and NSS, and nearly 10 times expensive than NSS. So this is very, very powerful. I mean, result that we can come up with, so we can convince the people what type of sanitation system we can go with. So all these are possible with this data framework that we have in IMS. Okay, so that is for planning, and there are some examples for management, like data-driven management of service delivery. Like you can have a dashboard for management, and like for example, where are locations of the containments that need to be emptied on X date. So all this information, when there is service, when the service will be provided, then you will get the information updated, so you can know that where to go and where next an emptying service to be, and all these things can be done through the management. And this model is already implemented in Zenaida in Bangladesh in 4 towns. This model is already there, and they are working on this with this model. And like the good thing with the system is, like, whenever you do something, then it automatically digitizes. So whole business process will be digitization of business process along the sanitation value chain. So overall during the overall sanitation value chain service, you keep on updating the data set. So it's a completely real time, like when there is an application, the empty application is requested from the customer or client, and that will be updated in the help desk. This model is working in the Zenaida in help desk, that will be updated, and they send the supervisor in the field, and supervisor will go with the app, mobile app in the field, and they collect the information about the containment in Bangladesh. They need to send supervisor before sending to the Pakutal. So all these service chain is maintained, and this service chain is completely in line with the CWIS principle. So all the information what we require, like for service provider, they need to provide all the information about the the operator, Pakutal operators, or people who are working there, all the salary and all those things need to be updated in the system. So you can, so we can check with the principle, like safety and equity, all those things can be monitored. So all this data will be maintained whenever we do something for service providing. And similarly, in the monitoring and evaluation also, we have like information like total revenue collected, how much revenue collected from which ward, and what is the quality of the service they are getting from the service provider, and how many containments are being emptied. So these are few information that we can see directly from the dashboard. And this kind of dashboard will be there, like access to toilets and containment type. So it's a completely real time. When you provide a service, to the customer, then that will be updated in the system, and you can see in the dashboard in real time. So all the like the reuse and recycle everything. If you sell the compost, then that will be also maintained. So all these information will be maintained in the system. And for implementation, there is for implementing IMIs, it takes about 6 to 8 months, and so there is these are the 5 steps we have to follow. We need to create the GIS data for the system. So this is one of the most expensive and most challenging tasks. For the IMIS, since it is completely based on the spatial information, so we must have to have this data set, and it takes longer time. With all this activities, the GIS data creation and data sensor surveys, takes a long time. And then IMIS customization and setup, and IMIS customization and setup, IMIS is already there. So what we also need to do is we have to analyze the municipality's business process, because the IMIS, we try to implement IMIS in such a way that the system, the process of the system is in line with the process, business process, what they have there. So we need to go with that, and we need to go with the analysis of this, the business process they have, and also the functional requirement they need to have. And there are also some analysis we need to do, like some of the features, like for example, some municipality want to have solid waste management module there, and we need to do that kind of analysis as well. And then data migration and training and launching. So this is the steps that we have to follow for the implementation of IMS. So that's all from me today. And let me check if there's any queries.
Yes, Dr. Shrestha, there are a few queries.
Yeah.
And I would also pull in Professor Chari at this moment to take up the queries and take on the discussion a little bit further about it. Professor Chari, please.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I think before I initiate some conversation with Dr. Bhushan, I think there are some questions. So I now invite Mr. Gupta to speak about it. Mr. Hendra Gupta, would you like to ask your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for the presentation, Mr. Bhushan, and also Professor Chari. I'm just wondering with one of the slides regarding number of treatment solutions that can be provided by the system. How does the system generate treatment solutions, such as number of biogas and etc.? What parameters are used, considering that? Well, if I see some of the city examples, pretty contours-wise is pretty different. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hendra. So do you mean this? Do you mean this slide? Is this the
yes,
slide?
No, Dr. Bhushan. I think what Mr. Gupta is aiming at was in your sanitation value chain, there is a treatment component at the fag end. So he's asking if IMIS provides this opportunity to select a particular treatment solution based on the land criteria, cost criteria, or in any other constraints based on the size criteria. The fag end is a treatment component. So I don't think this system is meant for that, but nevertheless, I'll ask Dr. Bhushan to respond.
Yeah, thanks, Chari, for clarification. Yeah, you're right. The system itself doesn't give you the solution, but what we are doing now is, I haven't discussed on that issue because in this short period we cannot do that. Currently, what we are doing is we have already done for about 15 more than 15 towns through TA Hub, through TA Hub, and we have a team I didn't mention it here, but what we are doing is the data framework that what we have designed in such a way that we are using spatial analysis, spatial analysis model. We have that model, and some of our other my other colleagues from TA Hub, they are looking at it. So in the planning, in designing this data framework, we also have identified what kind of information required, and we also have the module, like for the technical selection, what kind of technology we have to select. There is module, and we already have implemented that kind of modules. But I haven't mentioned it here. But we only have in IMIS is the data framework, that what we require for that module, that spatial analysis module is there. So we have thought of that also. So when someone wants to do that kind of planning, and we have that that process, that system, that module is there. So if you like to have that, then I can share it to you later on.
Two more questions.
How we do that? Okay.
Yeah. Can you refer back?
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Can you refer back to the previous slides on the numbers of biogas, for example? And also the second question is, has there been any experience that involves, community participation?
This one, you mean?
Yeah, this one.
Okay, this is only the data generated from the system from IMS, because this data is already there. So we just generate the data that. So
this is the as is situation.
Okay.
This is as is situation, the toilet typology situation on the ground. Mr.
Super.
And the good thing is, like, since the system keep on updating the data, so it we keep on getting this in real time. Yeah.
Yeah. One more question, sir. Has there been any experience in involvement or community participation in the process of data collection or utilizing this IMIS? Thank you.
Yeah. What we have done is like in Zenaida, for data collection component, like so since it's a GIS data, and in Zenaida we use university. So actually we did that for the SNB Bangladesh, and we started from the SNB Bangladesh, and during that time University of Khulna University was there to creating those data set. And for the I mean, that is the primary, for the beginning, and then after that after implementation of system, in case of Zenaida, it depends, like in some places service provider are working on that part, and in Zenaida there is an NGO, they are doing this thing. The municipal has agreement with the NGO. Then NGO is doing all these data collection and emptying. When they provide the service, they update the data set.
Yeah, Mr. Singh, you have a question. Would you like to go for it? Okay. Are you there?
Okay, so NPC. Yes, thank you. Can data be directly entered on the site, and if yes, then does it require? Yes, yes, Mr. Singh. Yeah, that can be done, and we have mobile app for that. But once again, there is some issue. Like when we started in the beginning, we have a mobile app for doing that, and I don't know, I don't remember. In some of town, they don't want to use mobile app. So in that case, what we did is they can also use the paper format. When they after emptying service, they fill it up in the paper, and that paper will come in the help desk, and they input that paper in the system through the website. So yes, internet is required.
Ms. Chandu, would you like to respond to your question? I mean, would you like to speak up?
Yes, sir. Actually,
yeah, go ahead.
When Bhushan sir was discussing about cost analysis, I heard that sewer system is 10 times expensive than non-sewer system.
Yeah.
So I'm just eager to know that if that cost calculation includes the investment of individual household level as well, or is it the investment from the government side only?
Actually, that is calculated, that is estimated. Now it depends upon who is going to invest. But for sewage network, generally there's a trend in Nepal, like all the cost is invested by government in sewage. In non-sewage, those sanitation, those containment are invested by citizen. The treatment plant will be invested by government. And one thing, this cost is for the government investment. So the cost that what we are going, that citizen will be invested in the containment is not not included in that cost.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Gupta, over to you.
Yes. Thank you very much. You mentioned in one of your slides that the development of the system will take about 8 months.
Yeah.
And what is the plan afterward? Like in your experience, how do you institutionalize this kind of system in the local government, and what's required for operation and maintenance? Thank you.
What is happening now is since it's still, I mean, in the beginning, no? So we are still in the, I mean, not in the, capacity. I mean, municipality is not capacity. They don't have capacity to implement. I mean, the whole IT system is there. Yeah, so IT system is there. So what is going on now is, but that is a trend for IT, the software project. What is going like in Bangladesh? We have trained a local company in Bangladesh, and that is the approach actually. So there will be local company always in the country who is going to provide this service to municipality. So municipality would sign them as a MOU or AMC, annual maintenance contract, and they will be the one maintain the system. That is technical part. That is the idea. And but still now the like SNB is supporting and for this AMC part, but in future municipality has to invest on that, but that's a not very big amount. That's one the maintenance contract. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Just a couple of points from my side. I mean, this is a very fabulous presentation. I think the benefit of integrating different components of a municipal system rather than looking at FSM as a standalone IT enablement vis-a-vis the integration is what I think Dr. Bhushan has clearly amplified. There are phenomenal benefits of pulling in the data, GIS data, the flood-blown data and integrating in the toilet typology. So there are super benefits. So Dr. Bhushan, in many cases, there are legacy systems prevailing in our cities, especially some of our cities on this particular training. They do have different stages of implementation of IT solutions. Some have water verticals are available. Some of them have property tax components. So how do we go about it? What are the challenges we experience integrating the legacy system with the new FSM module that we create and try to integrate with the existing systems? Have you sort of experienced any such challenges, and how do we get over those challenges?
Okay. Yes. Thanks, Professor Terry. Yes, we have. I have worked with three kind of, I mean, local government. Yeah, India, Bangladesh, and Nepal. And with experience in India, in like we work on this Madhya Pradesh, and we went through the existing system what they have. And with that experience, the IMS has not been implemented yet there, but we have already, I mean, analyzed and we have identified what is the way forward for implementing in IMS there. So during that time, we analyzed the existing system they have there, and the very good thing that what I found there is they have a very good e-governance.
Yeah.
E-Palika. Yeah, they have that, and with that, since they have very actually what we have to note that in this system we are based on the house number. So house number, yeah. So what I found in India, there is every house has their number, and also. And in case of India, we also have found that in that system they have all these information like taxation and even some of the city even have this sanitation tax is also there. Those things are integrated with the building. So what we do is when we create the data set, GIS data set, we always link that house number what they already have in the town with the system. So there is no problem for integrating that. Yeah, like I think even the taxation is also not the problem, but we need to have access with that e-Palika in India, in case of India. Sure. And so when we talk to municipalities, they agree on that. They can provide that. And in case of Bangladesh, In case of Bangladesh, also it's similar, but they don't have such kind of system yet. But they have house number there, so that is also possible there. But in case of Nepal, it's very difficult. In Nepal, most of the town city they don't have house number, standard number. So in case of that, it's not possible. So we have to I mean, do little more effort on in case of Nepal. Otherwise, it's possible. And also this API thing is there, no? You can create the API and to link all those things.
Okay.
Is that a question? Your question,
So,
yes?
Yeah. So I think, friends, the key message is that we need to have a common attribute. House number could be a common attribute.
Yes.
And using house number, we can link and superimpose the the toilet related data, the related FSM data, and then integrate with the IMS. That's a message from Dr. Bhushan.
Yes.
Bhushan, also, there are multiple departments. For example, building permission is handled by the town planning department. Water is handled by probably sometimes water utility. So when you want IMSs, all these departments should feed in the data, speak to each other.
Yes.
So do you think such silo approach which prevails right now, which can be addressed through IMS, but however, have you experienced such things in your work where different departments are handling and they have to collaborate and feed the data into a common IMS system?
Yes. Okay. I'll share my experience. In case of India, in Madhya Pradesh, they said they can provide that link. No, if you are going to implement IMS, they can provide it. So I think there won't be any problem. But when we implemented in the Bangladesh and in Nepal, what we found is, like, for example, very good question you have. For example, when we work in the Zenaida and Jessore and other towns, the small towns, they have complete right. I mean, they are all the building permit processes also. They also do the building permit process. Then the municipal they themselves do that. No, but in Khulna in Bangladesh, it's a big town and they have another different authority. What's that? Khulna Development Authority or something like that. Yeah? So they are the one responsible for building permit.
Absolutely.
So so in that case, they have to collaborate. But IMS can provide that link. That features can be provided. If they agree, that is possible. No, otherwise that would be difficult. And in case of Mahalakshmi, what we are doing now is, in case of Mahalakshmi, the electronic building permit system is there. But unfortunately, that system is also developed by ourselves. So and what we are doing now is the building permit department, when they do the building permit process, their building permit process, they will follow all the steps, including this sanitation. So what we are now trying to do in Mahalakshmi is, at least like after implementing this IMS, at least after IMS, all the septic tanks they have constructed must be in the standard septic tank. So that it will be integrated with the building permit department. And in case of Mahalakshmi, we are also trying to create actually we are working on that. We are creating this sanitation cell. In electronic building permit process system, what we have in Nepal, that what we have actually we have developed and working in 25 towns now. What we have done is we have established, I mean, in the structure we have different work desks, like building permit registration desks and compliance checking desks. Those desks are there. So what we are doing is we are creating the sanitation desks there in the building permit department.
Right.
So sanitation desks will do all those standard verification and those things. So in that way, that will be integrated.
No, I think, friends, the advantage of integrating various services along with property tax and finance module is that each service line can support the other service line. For example, if somebody is paying property tax, then we can integrate the sanitation tax and collect through the property tax. That's one example. The other example is that if somebody has not paid the water bill, and they have not paid the property tax. So the property tax department and water tax department can again collaborate and push both the customer to pay for both. So this is happening in many cases, so that the efficiency of collection also can improve. But never mind, that's a different subject. So thank you. This is fabulous.
Yeah, Professor Thierry, I forgot to add one more thing. That your question. What we have done in Jenaida, for example, in Jenaida in Bangladesh, what happened is in Jenaida, what they said is this, we're trying to integrate the system, I mean, revenue and this water bill system together with the IMIS, and we asked for the access for their access to, I mean, so we can create the API and we just automatically do that, no? But what happened is they did not agree. So what we did is, they have one function in the system, their tax system and their billing system. They can export the data from the system. So what we did is we have a module in the IMIS that import that exported data from that system. So that is the I mean, easiest way of doing that. So this way also we are integrating those data.
Thank you. And you use much of it is open source solutions, or is it it has to be a paid solution in the sense of core software?
It's an open source system, and what we are doing, this we are going to start very soon. Like you may are also aware of like the Center of Excellence. And Dr. Kobinda is also there in the AIT. So our plan is it's a 3 years project, and within 3 years, what we do is after 3 years, we will come up with a complete open source that will be distributed openly.
Okay. Thank you. So thanks. This is fabulous, and I think this is going to help us not only in planning but also in monitoring, in learning, and then for decision making. So I think this sort of integrated approaches are super important. So Josna, can we run the poll question so that we know where we are? So
Yes.
would you like to pull this down, the presentation, so that we can run the poll? Who is handling?
Yeah, Bhushan sir, can you please?
Just a minute.
So I'm sharing the link on the chat. Request you all to click on the link and select your answer. So the question is, do you?
Yeah, so I request all of you to go to your chat box, click, and then there are 2 questions. Please attend to them.
So the first one is seen right now. Do you have IMIS system with the FSM integrated in it? Does your city has any of it? So click yes or no. I'm sharing the link on WhatsApp also. If $14 members responded.
Shamshul Saab, you need to click on the link in the chat box or in WhatsApp and then answer. Answering in this chat box directly here might not work for us. Yeah.
Chat box.
In the chat box, Shamshul Saab, ওই লিংকটাতে ক্লিক করুন, কোয়েশ্চেনটা আসবে। আপনি সেখানে yes বা no তে ক্লিক করুন।
So you can see the responses. I have shared my screen.
Yeah, thank you. So I think most of us do not have. 17% said they do have some form of IMS with FSSM integrated in it. I mean, that I think it will be interesting to know who said yes, and we can have a bit of presentation by them at some point in later in the program. Can we go to the next question, Josna?
Yes, yes. So click the same link. You'll be seeing the next question. If you are on the link, the question will change. There's a QR code scanner also.
Do you have partial MIS in your municipality? Not an integrated one, but some modules are available. Could be water module, could be solid waste management module, or just billing and collection module.
19 responses we got, sir.
Yeah. So it's interesting. About half of you, or slightly more than half, says you have legacy systems in your municipalities, and about 40% says you don't have anything. So that's another. So in that case, you need to start from it will become a greenfield project. And I think probably IMAS becomes easier. So Josna, you can pull out the presentation and then we will move to the next segment. Do I need to close it? How does it work?
I have closed it, sir. If you have opened the link, then you need to close it and come back.
Close the link and then come back. Okay.
Banerjee, sir, we can go to the next part.
Yeah, thank you. So again, friends, and Dr. Bhushan, I think you've seen it. Majority of them do not have integrated systems, and some of them, over 50%, 50 to 6% have legacy systems. So I think your contribution would be of great help. One, for greenfield project, probably it's easy. For the existing projects, you can probably give guidance to our teams. They can reach out one-on-one and how to migrate from where they are to probably a more integrated solution. I think you got a flavor of where we stand as a baseline. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Professor Seri. Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much for taking out your time and then enlightening us with the benefits of IMAS and how IMAS has been implemented in a couple of municipalities in Bangladesh, Nepal, and attempted in India, in Madhya Pradesh. Thank you very much.